Hi friends, I hope you're doing really well. This is Tracy Brown, and my team and I of non-diet trauma-informed dietitians provide you a space where you can feel safer in your own skin and be your own nutrition expert. So I can feel this is kind of roiling and simmering and spinning in my gut a bit. I'm okay, I'm good. Don't get me wrong, but this has just been on, I guess, obviously in my gut and my heart and in me for the last week or so, because last week, this is beginning of March 2024, and last week it's kind of designated as a eating disorder awareness week, and I feel like what we do here every week of the year for years now is been trying to build encouragement and help for people and education and awareness and things like that. So I don't do anything super special, but I did notice lots and lots of posts online. And I'm so glad that honestly people did put that effort in. And I know that probably that one post, that one, advocate or professional put out was the one that you may have needed to, like, yeah, okay, I get it. That's right. That is my experience. But I noticed there's still just so much, and I think this is just because what we offer is so counter the mind control programming of what an eating disorder or even just chronic food and body issues looks like. I find that people still have a ton of confusion that, you either look a certain way or it's very extreme behaviors to be considered disordered enough to get support or to take it seriously, that we're going to have to provide this secure attachment to ourselves if we're going to build new neural pathways and new neurobiology for food to just be food and body trust to be built. So I even had personal conversations last week of like, well, I know I need to kind of maybe consider working with you or trying something different. And I asked, well, what has delayed those thoughts? I'm like, well, I'm not anorexic or I don't purge. And I'm like, how long have you been struggling with the thoughts that you have and the whack-a-mole of eating behaviors and the up and down of your weight? And it's mostly been their whole life since they were teenagers or young adults. And like, when is it going to be long enough that you don't have full agency over your intake and how you feel about yourself? And usually that stuns people. So for all the advocacy, I just want to remind people that any 0.05% of feeling misattuned to your body's signals or distress about your eating, or if you're one of those people that feel like they diet all week and then binge all weekend, that's disordered eating and it deserves your care. I saw this on a post earlier, maybe this weekend, I guess, and it had to do with our attachment. And so if we tend to be maybe avoidant of intimate relationship in terms of being real and being vulnerable, we'll tend to be that way toward ourselves. If we tend to be pretty fearful all the time that we're going to be alone and not get our needs met, we're going to be doing the same thing with ourselves too. And so that's something important to pay attention to, because if that's the way you had, if your nurturing relationships were a one way, either like not enough or not consistent or dangerous or anxiety ridden, we're going to have that within ourselves. And I was thinking about that. That's what I do think one of the blocks to why people still struggle with, you see all these messages and it feels like, well, the other messaging is that if I had a different body, then my suffering and my anxieties and all these things would be more legitimate. And I think that has to do with how we were, our meaning making of how we were nurtured and nourished and made to believe if we deserve care or not. I think that's what this boils down to. So we have our own like neurobiology here of what gets and doesn't get care. And then we have the mind control programming of only certain ways of people looking, whether it's size or skin color or whatever. Those are the people, those are the circumstances that don't deserve to get care. Not what I'm going through. Mine's not that bad. And I see very sadly, it's tragic to me. And that's why I think I feel the intensity in my gut, is that belief is what keeps people trapped and stuck, sometimes for decades. So if you're hearing this and you're feeling like, I think I do that to myself and I didn't even know I was doing that, it's like, well, when the circumstances change, then I'll stop. Or when that thing happens, then it'll be better. Or I'll take the time. But I got to tell you, I encourage everyone to treat any eating or body image concern, struggle, whatever you got going on is happening. I encourage you to see it for what it is. If it's not bringing, if you don't feel regulated and it's not feeling peaceful, or the challenge isn't feeling like something I can do, then consider that we would want to put in the time and care and attention, just like what you think these other people who deserve help are doing. That's the kind of care you're, giving yourself that care, reaching out for that care that you deserve too. I just want to bottom line it, that it's really important that you don't minimize what you're struggling with, whatever it is, around food, body image, health, whatever. And when we are feeling that struggle, what do we tend to do if we feel like that recovery is not for us? We tend to go back to diet culture or do something even more drastic. So with our health or whatever's going on, basically, again, going back into the whack-a-mole, quick fix, magic pill kind of cycle, you don't have to do that anymore. It could just be, what's the truth? What have I learned that actually would be helpful to that? It's slowing down sometimes even hour by hour. What does my body need right now? What do I need relationally? What do I need connection-wise? Do I have enough play? Is something too much in my environment? Am I missing something? What's going on inside? That's the sometimes definitely the day-to-day, if not hour-by-hour work that we are doing to help us get our agency back and to build our window of tolerance and to get some needs met. I hope that was helpful. I know I talked about a lot of topics. You might have to go back and watch this video from the beginning to get clear about where you're still believing that this isn't serious enough or hard enough or bad enough to get support. I really encourage you to take the time. You deserve that, to get to the truth. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.